2035, it sounds like a year from a science fiction novel, but in the automotive world, it's the most terrifying date on the calendar. Across the globe, from the European Union to California and New York, governments have planted a flag in the sand. By 2035, the sale of new internal combustion engine vehicles must end. And this isn't just a Western phenomenon. Japan has set a similar target. India is pushing aggressive EV adoption goals. Even China is accelerating its own phase-out timelines. The internal combustion engine, a technology that has powered human civilization for over a century, is being handed a death sentence, and the clock is ticking louder than ever. The promise is a green revolution, a world of silent streets and zero emissions. But as we crawl closer to that deadline, a massive, uncomfortable question is starting to loom over the industry. Are we actually ready? Ready technologically. Ready economically, ready infrastructurally, and most importantly, ready as everyday people. People who just need to get to work, drop kids at school, and make it home without worrying about dying on the highway. Between crumbling power grids, a lack of charging infrastructure, and skyrocketing costs, 2035 is starting to look like a cliff. Today on the Vehicle Index, we're stripping away the PR hype. Is the gas era really over? Or are we heading for collapse? First, let's look at the ban. It's not a ban on driving gas cars, but it is a ban on selling new ones. But the automobile industry is not a smartphone app you can update overnight. It is one of the most complex supply chains ever. Mandates don't build factories or dig mines. Global production of lithium, cobalt, and nickel needs to increase by astronomical levels. A new mine takes 10 to 17 years to reach production. Many deposits sit in politically unstable regions, adding geopolitical complexity. Currently, the average EVA still costs significantly more than gas equivalents. For many, 2035 feels like being priced out of mobility. The median income in the US is roughly $75,000. The average EV today sits well above $50,000. The math is painful. What about the family in rural Montana who drives 60 miles to a grocery store? Or the contractor hauling tools across job sites? We've all seen charging deserts. Stretches of highway where a dead battery means a tow truck, not a 5-minute refuel. Years after federal funding, the build-out is slow. Permitting delays and utility backlogs have turned the revolution into a trickle. Our electrical infrastructure was designed for refrigerators, not millions of batteries plugging in at 6 p.m. California asked EV owners not to charge during peak hours. The state banning gas cars was telling EV owners not to charge. Apple spent a decade and billions on an EV before killing the project. If Apple couldn't crack it, what does that tell you? Legacy automakers are in a gold rush to catch Tesla. But it's not just technology, it's an organizational challenge. If the 2035 deadline stays, people may hold on to the technology they trust. Used gas car values are surging as a hedge. It's also obsolescence anxiety. Would you buy a $60,000 phone if a version with double the life was coming next year? Solid-state batteries are on the horizon. If you buy today, will it be worthless in 5 years? Toyota aims for the late 2020s. So, will electric replace gas by 2035? The technology is impressive, but we are fundamentally unprepared for the scale of this shift. A rushed transition that leaves millions stranded isn't a green revolution. It's a policy failure. The public needs to move together. Are you ready to go fully electric, or keep your gas vehicle as long as possible? Let me know in the comments, hit that like button, and subscribe to the Vehicle Index. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.